Hello, everyone, and thanks for giving us a listen. If you'd like to show our support, please check out our Patreon and Linktree under Interactive Distractions for access to additional Day 1 content, as well as to be part of our awesome community. Thanks again, and we hope you continue to be distracted.
Hello and welcome to Interactive Distractions. My name is Christopher Gill, and I am here with Jason A. Striker.
Hey, how's it going?
And Jeff Torney.
What up, everyone?
And today we're going to do some distractions. We've got a couple of quick shows that we're going to go over from Nintendo and Sony, and then we've got a little bit of news. But before that, we've got to see what's going up with everybody. What's going up? What's going up?
What's going
Jeff,
down?
what's going up?
What's going down?
What's going up, Jeff?
Hopefully, our energy, let's go! Oh, man. Pretty non-eventful week, but something I did do on Saturday. I did some real-life Animal Crossing, guys.
What?
Real life. Yes.
You killed
please
cockroaches
explain.
in your apartment?
No,
That's all my Animal Crossing is now.
We went to try to catch butterflies.
Aw.
So what happens is apparently the monarch butterflies migrate south to like Mexico every year around this time. So there's this group that kind of tracks them, and as they're moving down south, they have these things. They get people to come to like parks and stuff, and you get these nets, and you try to catch them. What they do is they tag them. And then just so, they kind of keep track of them as they go down to Mexico and
How do they
whatever.
tag them with like spray paint or something? Or
They tag them with like a little adhesive thing
Weird.
that's like really, delicate. And like we watched them do it. So like originally I thought it was supposed to be for like our niece and nephew. So I was like, that sounds like a pretty cool thing for them to do. And then Tanya's like, you want to go? I'm like, you know what? Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? I'll go. And then she's like, oh, no, it's not for the niece and nephew. It's for just me and my mom. And I'm like, oh, okay, just you and the mother-in-law. And I was like, well, you know what? Screw it. And I'll go anyway. I have nothing else to do on a Saturday morning. So we go there. And they give us the spiel. And there's a decent amount of people there, probably around 40 people or so. And one thing I wasn't ready for is how fucking hard it is to catch a butterfly with a net.
I've never tried it. I don't think.
It is. Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't really played Animal Crossing, but I've seen people do the bug catching stuff, and it looked damn easy.
Yeah, they just go woo and spin the thing around, and there you got a butterfly.
Exactly. And then boom, ding, there you go, and you sell it for whatever. And yeah, and
easy money,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I'm
living.
gonna go there and be all like, I got this. And no, not at all. It's really hard. And I don't like running, so I didn't chase any of them, that's for sure. I just...
That's fair.
Like,
that's
I would kind
absolutely fair.
of stand there and hope one would kind of come close and kind of swing my net. And at first I was like, okay, I want to get my goals to get 3. Yeah, get me what I need to get a butterfly. And I was like, I'm going to get at least 3. And that slowly dwindled down to 1. That was my goal.
Just let me catch 1, please.
Yeah. And you don't understand how the frustration, like the different sets of frustration, because first you just think it's going to be easy and you're like, this will be fun, I'll catch a couple. Then you're like, this is a lot harder than it is. And then like failure comes in, we're like, this is never going to happen. And then it kind of goes, we ain't leaving here until I get a fucking butterfly. And we were all in the same boat, like Tanya, myself, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, and the niece and nephew did come. So we couldn't catch shit, and a lot of people couldn't. Some people did. Some people caught multiple. But after about 2.5 hours, it might have been 3 actually, I'm starting to get hangry because we didn't have breakfast. And at this point, I just gave. I'm like, I don't even want. At first, I'm like, I'm not leaving till I get one. Like, I need to be the person who gets one out of our group. And no. There's some close calls.
Wasn't in the cards, huh?
Nope. Not this time. Probably the only time we'll ever do this. I don't think I'll do it again. It's almost worse than fishing, because like fishing is lazy in itself in terms of you can just go and relax and talk to people.
Sit
Like
on
this,
a boat and drink. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You can
Yep.
do that. You have a good time telling stories, reminiscing.
The fish come to you. That's the
Yeah,
point.
the fish
you
come
know?
to you. There's some skill involved, I'm sure, but the act of fishing is a pretty lazy act. And you're with people. You're with people, but we're all scattered about doing our own thing. We're like, hey, you run in that bush, try to scare them out of there and whatever, see what happens. And you're just kind of standing there in your own seething anger that you're failing so hard. Then you see like a 7-year-old run by. You're like, I got one. And you're just like,
Oh, you little shit.
Well, I gotta ask the
"Oh."
question. What do you do with it after you catch it?
So you bring it over to them, and they get it out of the net for you, and then they will tag it, and they let it go. So I wonder how many
Okay.
were like re-caught, because I'm sure that
Sure.
happens.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure it does.
But yeah, that's what they were doing.
Yeah, because it must have been the slow and dumb ones that kept getting caught, I'm sure.
Yes, exactly. And then the slow and dumb adults are the ones that are never going to go back to something like this. Hi. So
Hi.
that's what I did on Saturday. So that was kind of really deflating, and definitely one of those things on my bucket list that I'm going to say the older you get, you definitely don't get better at it.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, maybe this is something I'll, kind of get my athleticness
Well.
up for a second and catch a damn butterfly.
Well,
So yeah.
come my lady. Come my lady.
You're my butterfly.
Sugar baby.
Baby.
Oh,
Yep,
good.
that's it. That was my excitement for the last week. Other than that, that is it. Just played some games, that kind of stuff.
All right, man. Jason, what's up?
We had an incident in the house.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
There was an incident. My son finally got into Minecraft. Last
Oh
week, give or
no!
take.
So you grounded him?
No. I'm all for it actually, because he
Okay.
just, if given the opportunity, he will just sit and watch YouTubers all day long.
Oh.
That's what he wants to be when he grows up.
Mhm.
He wants to be a YouTuber, not a Let's Player. He wants to be a YouTuber. Okay. But anyway, he's starting to get into Minecraft. So I like it because he gets, he comes up in my room and he spends time with me and we watch together and whatnot. Anyway, he's been
Nice.
deep into it. However, he found a substance that did not cooperate with his deep underground base that he built, and that was lava. He found lava, and he's like, "Oh wow, I can put it up here. I put it on a tree."
Mm.
And
then the
everything
tree
started burning.
catches on fire. Right.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yep, that'll happen, bud." And he's like,
Yeah.
"No, it's burning. It's And he just started screaming and crying, and I felt so bad for the boy, but there was nothing we could do. I quickly grabbed the controller and I exited out, hoping that it would save.
It wouldn't
prior
save.
to
Yeah.
go back in there, and yeah, it did save. So I had to go and try and put dirt on wherever the lava was, but by that time, like, all his trees had burned down, like everything that he'd done above ground was gone.
Oh no.
And he wants nothing to do with
sucks.
Minecraft now.
Oh man.
He can't stand the
Now-
sound of it. I'm like, do you think
Like-
you'll ever want to play Minecraft? And he's like, no.
Never.
It burned down my trees.
Yeah.
As
Oh,
Minecraft,
wow.
I haven't played it, and part of my reasoning for my comment was, does it have like crazy like stuff you can buy in microtransactions? Like, does he have the ability to click on buy stuff?
he knows
And
he's
you get
actually pretty
charged?
good about like, no, that's not for me. That's for dumb people.
Okay.
It's for dumb people.
And he said that too, because that's what I've tried to instill into him. The microtransactions are for dummies.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
His dad still buys them every now and again.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there are exceptions to the rule,
Actually,
right?
I bought him some Robux. Like, he had
Mhm.
a $10 credit on his Microsoft account, and we spent it on Robux because he wanted to try out some stuff. And he still hasn't spent those. Like, and that
Oh,
was
wow.
probably
Oh,
6 months
wow.
ago. He hasn't touched it. Yeah, he's
Hmm.
waiting for something that he really, really wants.
And he's
Yeah.
been playing Roblox. Like,
Mhm.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's
And
some willpower, man.
That is some willpower.
Mhm.
Yep,
That's yeah.
because it's for dummies.
Does he get that from his mom or?
No, I think I
It's 'cause-
hope I instilled that into him, because I told him that, that like, once these go away, they're gone.
They're done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So hopefully
I meant the
it's-
willpower
hopefully it
part,
sticks.
'cause
Yeah, do as
You
I say,
have
not
about as
as
much
I do.
willpower
Though.
as me. Yeah, exactly.
Don't watch
My-
Daddy play.
Yeah, my daughter, actually both my kids are big into Roblox, and my daughter is addicted to buying like costumes and things like that with the Robux. And I'm like, you're not spending any of my money. And she's like, well, I'm, and we, she does chores and we give her allowance and things like that. And I'm like, if you want to spend your allowance on that, I don't suggest it.
Yep.
But it's your money. And, she actually went ahead and did one of the like monthly cards where she gets like five Roblox bucks a month or something like that. I can't remember what it is, but and I'm like, all right, more power to you. But and then my son, on the other hand, has been saving his allowance for God knows how long and has like $100 or something ready to go for the next game he wants.
Oh shit.
So it's funny how, what's that?
What is he eyeing up? Did anything yet, or?
Right now, there's not anything that he's eyeing up. He's just kind of holding on to it until he finds something he wants. But it's just funny how you can teach your kids the same lessons and they could be taken so much differently between the two children. So, but yeah, that's cool that he's being careful with his money.
Some willpower. Yep.
Yeah.
In some aspects, when it comes to YouTube, no willpower whatsoever.
Yeah. Same with my son.
Caught him one time, 3:00 in the morning, watching YouTube. He snuck downstairs, turned on the TV. Yep, little shit. Anyway, but
all right,
that's pretty much what I've been up to. I was gonna ask Chris what he's up to, but he just left.
He stepped away for a second.
I stepped away to let my dog in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, put your dog on.
Okay. Yeah, what's your dog been doing?
Yeah.
Can he catch butterflies? I bet you he can.
Probably better than you.
That's why I said it.
I don't really have much to report. This weekend was pretty laid back. Probably a good thing because this week has been mentally exhausting for me from a work perspective. So, I don't think we have anything going on this weekend either, but I'm going to be, crossing my fingers that I don't disappear from the podcast at one point or another because my PC has been acting up. So I'm going to be doing some more diagnosing to find out what's going on, because it'll just power down and come back on like randomly. And it's not like it's overheating or anything like that. It's like I've seen it do it when it's completely idle. Like it's not doing anything and it just goes and just shuts down.
Oh, boy.
And it's not like a Windows shutdown. It's like you unplugged the fucking thing.
Yeah.
So, that's been happening probably the past week and a half or so. I just bought this computer last year. It literally will be a year in about 2 weeks. So
that's
still under warranty by like this much. So I reached out to them and I originally thought that it was a CPU overheat.
CPU.
Yeah, because I was making sure I was checking the temperature sensors. I'm using like Core Temp and there's another program I'm using. And I like when I'm playing like Baldur's Gate or something like that, I do see it get up pretty high. And so I was like, yeah, it's getting up to high 90s and things like that. I was like, this is a problem. But then I saw it just shut down, and I had Core Temp logging, and I went into the logs to check what the temperature was when it shut down, and it's like 30-40 degrees Celsius. And I'm like, well, that's not shut down temperature. So I'm still kind of baffled as to what's going on. So I moved it.
Power supply, man.
That was a thought too, but again, it'll shut down when nothing is going.
Right. That's why I think it's the power supply.
Seriously.
Okay. Like it's not that it's too much load or draw on it, but if it's bad, it will shut off like that.
Okay.
That's the only thing that I can think of right now. But
yeah, it's certainly something to think about.
Yep.
But it's been hanging on for the past couple days. It hasn't done it. Knock on wood. So hopefully it sticks with it. But I basically moved it. It used to be right next to me, right here. Can't really see where I'm pointing. Right there. It used to be right there.
Oh, sure.
And I pretty much moved it all the way down to the other end and kind of put it on like a display table, which I kind of wanted to do anyway. And then just kind of ran wires over here. So everything's kind of jerry-rigged right now. I had some of these wires specifically for this reason. I just haven't had time to make it pretty yet. So I'll probably do some of that over the weekend. But yeah, other than that, like I'm hoping that next weekend I can drag my family to the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra
Oh yeah, they
because
got
they're
a video
doing
game concert.
yeah, they got Heroes, the video game concert going on.
Nice.
So we might be doing that. The tickets are reasonable. I mean, I saw tickets as low as like $40 each, so it wasn't
Okay.
horrible. But my daughter's doing orchestra now, so
Yeah.
we actually had a conversation on the way to their drama club on Wednesday morning, and my son was like, "Dad, is video game music real music?" And I looked at him like,
Son,
"Of course it is." And he's like, "There are some people that don't think so." I was like, "Okay, all you need to know is that there is a composer that creates that music. It's music, period. There's
it's
no
music.
like ifs, ands, or buts about it.
It ain't just
Um,
bleeps and bloops anymore, son.
but even when it was that, it was still, you
Yeah.
know, there's still a composer that puts it together. And then I started talking about, you know, there are some games that have full symphony orchestras that do the soundtrack. And my daughter's eyes just kind of lit up. She's like, "Could I do that?" I'm like, "If you get good enough at your instrument, yeah, you got to practice though." So she's in 6th grade. She's picking up the viola.
Nice.
She's going to give that a shot, and you know, I'm going to do what I can to encourage her to do whatever she wants. Right.
By
So
putting in earplugs. Yep. That's
The next Tommy Tallarico.
we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'm excited to hopefully drag them to the orchestra. I think it'll be fun. But
yeah.
Good stuff. Let's talk about some games.
Yes.
Do we have anything new to talk about this week?
I do actually. Yeah. I
Okay,
just got
Jason, take it away.
Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, talk to me,
Yeah.
Goose.
I've been playing a few hours of that so far, and it's been quite good. I got to turn something. I'm sorry. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I had to turn me up a little bit. There we go.
Uh-oh.
Yep. That's better. Yeah, I was coming in a little low. Anyway, Mortal Kombat 1 is the direct sequel to 11. They skipped 12. They're just going back to 1 because if you've played 11, you would know that the timeline kind of ended and everything got reset. So this is Liu Kang's version of the multiverse, the nether realms, as it were. I think there is there another verse? I don't know. Because I have huge blind spots when it comes to Mortal Kombat. Like all the 3D stuff, Deception, I have no idea. I have no idea who those characters are. I have no idea the lore. And that's kind of troublesome with this one because there's a lot of characters from that blind spot that I'm not familiar with. So it's a roster that's made up of like all those different timelines, of course, you know, but they're different. Like it's a completely different version of Raiden. It's like Raiden without his powers for a little while in the story mode.
Oh, interesting.
He's the new he takes the place of Liu Kang. And Liu Kang takes his place as like the protector of Earthrealm. Or the champion of Earthrealm was Raiden. See, I'm losing myself here. Anyway.
It's natural
there's a
to be
lot
confused,
there.
dude.
Yeah,
they
there's a
rebooted
lot
it
there.
with 9, and then they're doing it again, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's yeah.
But there's something about this that seems like it. I don't know if it's coming too quick because you know they got into a cadence of having Mortal Kombat and then Injustice and then Mortal Kombat and then Injustice, but they're doing 2 Mortal Kombats kind of back to back, so it's not like I got too much time in between them. Like I don't know if I had enough time to breathe. Like I wasn't super excited for this one. Partially because of, you know, the main new mechanic, which is the cameos, which are assists basically. But there's a little bit of, there's quite a bit of depth there. Each of the cameo fighters have like 3 or 4 different attacks that they can do depending on which direction you hold when you hit the assist button. So they're not locked into just one thing. Like a striker can throw grenades in the air or straight across, or like run up behind you and throw you in cuffs or some shit. It's crazy and wacky. So it's going to be exciting to see like what kind of grimy shit comes out of that. Watching pro players just dissect this. I know that I'm never going to get to that level.
Mm.
But watching tournaments is going to be an awful lot of fun, especially in the early days, I think.
Yeah,
How
that
does it
sounds like it would add
feel
an
compared to 11?
interesting part of it.
It feels not clunkier, but there's a lot of like hit stop when you hit in a combo string,
Hmm.
and it feels really impactful. Like if you do like a 3-hit combo, like a square, triangle, square, or something like that, it
Hmm.
kind of goes whap, whap, whap. Um, and it feels like you could block in between them, but it's actually like a long
You
ass string.
can't. Gotcha.
It's neat. They've added a bunch of like air strings as well. So if you do pop somebody up in a juggle, which seems to happen pretty often, especially with the assists, you can do like a square, triangle, triangle up in the air depending on the character, and that'll do like a 3-hit juggle. It's pretty sick looking.
Yeah, and that's what scares me.
Yeah,
Just
it's just one more
I don't.
string to learn, like in the air.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean, it's really not.
Oh, the
It's
strings in the air don't. That's fine. It's the once you start getting the assists and the
Yep,
cameos involved, that's what's scary.
yep.
Because if that's going to be, I mean, I don't play Mortal Kombat close as much as Street Fighter, so I don't ever get to like that. But like MVC3, like when we played that, it wasn't
Forgot
like
to use
a
our assists
unwritten
all the
rule.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we would just like never use them. We'd tag them in to literally tag in the other character, but
Hmm.
hardly anyone that we played with on a regular basis used them in the middle of combos, and that kept it fun. But the second you fought someone who did that, it was like, you just got wiped.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like you thought you were cool because we could do like a 30-hit combo, and they add an assist, and you're getting hit by like a 172-hit
Sure.
combo, and you're like, son of a bitch. But you're enjoying like I'm sure I'm assuming you haven't played much online, if
No, I
at
haven't
all,
played
just like
any
single player.
online. Yeah, I'm actually
Yeah,
not even super interested in playing it like against other people so much as I am
yeah.
the single player content.
Like the story mode, yeah.
Yeah, the story
So
mode
is the story mode still as engaging as it has been in the past couple games?
seems to be so far. It seems to be
Okay.
cut from the same cloth. You're thrust around with different characters depending on where you are in the story. You don't just pick one character and go through the entire game or anything like that. So you start off with like you're
Mhm.
controlling Kung
I
Lao and
love
then
their single
Raiden
players.
for a few rounds, and right now I just picked up Johnny Cage, so you get to play as him for a little while. But I'm only a few chapters in, but it seems very much like the old game, which is a good thing. It's still not a deviation though. But I'm not sure
Yeah,
that they needed to because they did it so well before. Um,
and that series sells so well.
yeah,
Like yeah, they
and
don't want to change it too much.
they're changing a few things that like about the other modes. They've got towers which are still pretty much the same, but then they've got this new like invasion mode, which is almost like a kind of choose your own path board game or something like that. It almost looks like
Mhm.
Mario Party the first time that you go in there.
Okay.
Because you're on like a board essentially, and you're going from space to space, and you've got to fight in each one, and there's stipulations to each one, whether you're jumping over projectiles in one, to you're fighting somebody with that like a fire resistance or something like that. And you can buy items along the way. There's tons of shit that you can unlock, whether it be more cameos, more colors, more cosmetic items. It's all over the place. So like that stuff is super fun for me. So that's what I'll be playing mostly is the single player stuff. And
Nice.
yeah, I've read
That's
that the story mode goes places, and that it's pretty fucking good.
pretty
So
good.
yep.
I'm looking forward to it. Again, honestly, same with you, kind of more for the single player.
Yeah.
I wasn't super hyped up for it, but then I made this like commitment to it. I have to get all the Mortal Kombats, and then I ordered
Sure.
an adapter, one of those Wingman FGC adapters,
Oh, cool.
from a third party. I ended up canceling it today, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because and I mean, it wasn't that much more expensive than it would have been to get shipped to Canada anyway. Because I think they start at like 60, right, or 70.
Yeah.
I think US,
40,
so it wouldn't have
45,
been.
50, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so with the exchange, with shipping, it would have been close to the 100 that I was going to pay anyway.
Hmm.
It said it wasn't going to get here till like September 29th, and even then it's kind of iffy. And then I ordered it a few days ago, and I never got a shipping notice yet. And then I was like, realistically,
They're not in stock. Yeah, the next
Yeah,
shipment is
no,
coming
they're
like
not.
mid-September. Yeah.
Yeah, then it's I was like, realistically, I'm not gonna play that much online or with other people. I don't think. Definitely not as much as Street Fighter, and Street Fighter fell off pretty quickly for pretty much most people except for Scott.
Mhm.
So I was like, why am I spending $100 on an adapter that I honestly, by the time I get it, I might not even be playing Mortal Kombat 11 anymore.
Yeah.
Like if I've beaten the single player by then and got my fix of online with friends, then who knows? I just have to sell myself out of wait when they come into stock regularly, or if another fighting game comes out that I definitely
See
need a
if you're
stick
still
on the
playing it.
PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I've played some games with a pad before. I was
Yeah.
forced to do Killer Instinct before I got my stick for that. I even played one of the Mortal Kombats at a friend's houses because they would always play on pads, and that's one I don't mind playing on a pad. So
Yeah, I think it's well
yeah.
suited for a pad. You know, they got the 4 main attack buttons. They've got
Mhm.
you know, the
And then you got
shoulders.
block on the shoulders or
Yep.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to press 2 buttons, you know, with the same hand.
Yeah.
It's there's even in one of the single player modes, there's relics that you can equip, and to use them, you actually have to flick the right stick. So you,
Okay.
I don't know how you do that
All
on a
right.
stick per se. So
Yeah, that would be weird.
yeah, and I'm playing on a pad. I'm fine with it. Although the D-pad leaves a lot to be desired on the
I am not looking forward to that.
DualSense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the PlayStation 5 controller at all. So
Yeah, it's
that's
as long as my thumbs don't bleed, you're fine.
I'm tempted to use. I've got one of those Wingman converters too, and I might use one of my 8BitDo controllers.
Oh, okay, with like a pad.
Yeah,
Like a pad.
they've got
That's an
really good
idea.
pads.
Yeah.
And but I've got like a pro version which has, you know, the shoulders and everything, and the really
Mm-hmm.
nice shoulders. Those are sick controllers. I like those a lot. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1.
That's a route.
It's out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I missed the beta. I was out of town when the beta was a thing, so I never got to try it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear the online is very good.
Good to hear.
Though. Yep.
Anything else?
Yeah. What else we got?
I beat Baldur's Gate 3.
You beat it?
I beat it.
Nice.
I fucking beat it.
Good shit.
Yeah, you're ahead of me then. That's awesome.
I kind of barreled through that last act though.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, there's a lot.
Yep.
There's a lot.
And
like you think there's a lot in Act 1, and then you get to Act 3 and it's just super intimidating.
It's every 5 steps and there's a new side quest, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but you're wrapping up all the personal quests of yours and your companions and stuff.
And your companions, yeah.
Shit. Like there's a lot of my companions that I'm just like, sorry.
Yeah.
we're not going to finish your stuff. Maybe on a second playthrough. No, that family member of yours, they're gone. I'm sorry. Oh, we have time to save them. Oh, no, look at the time. We got an absolute to fight. Sorry.
I'm doing all that shit though, man. I'm doing all of it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. I actually did the most recent one I did is I finished up Astarians.
Okay. I did too.
And that was really good. I think next
I want to talk about all this.
I know. This is what I'm saying. Like, we need a spoiler show for this game.
Mm-hmm.
Next, I think I'm going to be doing Shadow Hearts. Because I think she's going to be next on the list.
That's another big one. Astarion in particular, I had fun with because I did a lot of save scumming, and I wanted to see alternate routes. And I'm not gonna spoil any of the routes.
Oh, yeah. Good. Did you do that? Awesome.
He's got 3 very different routes that you can.
Yes. Go. Yeah. There's some big choices there.
Yeah, they're big choices, and oh man, yeah, it's amazing how much is packed into that game. It's just fucking mind blowing.
It is.
Oh god. Yeah, that one in particular, it's not that I debate it. I'm just like, yeah, let's do that. Oh, really? Oh, let's do that. Oh shit, I can't have that happen.
I told you guys about my wife kind of getting into the idea of using Astarion a lot, right?
Yep.
Because she was like, she's anti-vampire and essentially and she just, like, as she started learning more and more about Astarion's story, she got more, she just got deeper and deeper into it. And by the end, she was like, he's just my little guy. I just want to take care of him.
I actually ended up feeling the exact opposite way. Like he kind of I warmed up to him a little in the beginning or towards the middle of it. But at the end, something happened with a couple different conversations where I'm just like, fuck that guy.
Oh
Fuck
wow,
that guy.
okay. Yeah, I didn't run into that. Like he's still kind of the I don't want to go into any details on this because it'll just kind of ruin everything for people. But I that's the thing. Like this game, the like the directions that you can go with a lot of the characters, it can be completely different for two people. And it's really interesting how different things can be from one game to the next. So like I seriously want to have conversations about what's going on. I do.
It's impressive to juggle all of that stuff and still kind of stick the landing, which is all that I'll say. Like
on a game that's that big, like that massive. I mean, I've run into some crazy stuff, like crazy things here and there, but overall the game has been relatively stable considering what it is for me. Like it's definitely got its jank, right? It's definitely got some jank, but you know, I would say it's far less than any of the previous Bethesda. I don't know about Starfield, but like previous Bethesda games like Fallout and Skyrim and things like that, there's less jank than that. And I feel like there's more to it. So yeah, I'm really impressed with Larian and what they put together. But we actually started a new I started a new campaign with a group of 4 yesterday.
Nice.
And I'm gonna do a Bard Rogue.
All right.
This is gonna be fun. And you know, and then we have a Bard Rogue, and then we've got a Tempest Cleric.
Good.
And what was the other one? I think he rolled a Barbarian to start with.
Those seem kind of fun. I really want to roll Druid, by the way. Oh Jesus, I really want to. You can turn into damn it.
You could turn into a so I didn't even really consider Druid much until I leveled up oh damn it, Jason, what's her name? The girl that you meet in the second act in the inn. I can't remember her name. She's one of the like star characters from Baldur's Gate 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So, and she was a druid.
That's who I leveled up and played around with for a little bit.
Did you level up her up as a moon druid?
Yes.
Okay. So moon druid is great because you get to transform as a bonus action.
Yep.
And you can go and attack, and then she gets like a crazy amount of spells and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm like, this is just a crazy class. Like you can do all kinds of shit.
It seems like a lot of fun.
It's like, I'm just going to cast this like level 4 ice spell that's going to fuck up everybody and then turn into a dinosaur, by the way.
That's what I was holding back.
Yeah. Oh, fuck it. I'm not holding that back. Like, you turn into a dinosaur and an owlbear. Actually, the owlbear is not in D&D, and they put it in there because of the movie. Like they saw, like in the movie, the druid in the movie turns into an owlbear, and when they saw that, they added it. Yes,
I've heard of owlbears before, though.
But I don't think a druid could turn into one. Okay. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. I've never actually played a druid.
What druids do you know?
Long enough. Yeah. I haven't played a druid long enough in 5e to know whether or not you could turn into an owlbear.
Jeff, you're like half druid now because you went catching butterflies.
That's right.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
One step away.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing. You have to catch the butterfly to level up.
Yep.
Oh, well, I'm fucked.
He's only half a druid.
I'll stay a sloth for the remainder.
But yeah, it's great. I really want the 4 of us to get our game going. So when you all are ready, let me know.
I'm ready.
I am.
I won't be ready for a long time, to be honest.
Oh man,
I don't even know when I'm going to start it. To be honest, like I don't know.
Oh, missing out.
Monday.
I knew this would happen. I knew he'd.
Yeah. Oh. Between Divinity and Starfield, like he's just not ready for it anymore.
I want to have these conversations with you, Jeff.
Mm-hmm. I know. I gotta beat Divinity first, man, and that's the game that won't fucking end. I love it.
I saw why you're so into Divinity. I read that smut that
The
you
what?
posted.
Divinity? Yeah, the fan fiction?
Jesus.
The what's her name? Seville? Yes. I bet it's Seville. It was hot. She's a character in Divinity.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you have you guys seen like the videos that where the voice actors have been
Yeah.
like reading comments from online and
Random
things like
stuff.
that?
Yeah.
Like they're getting a lot of attention and they deserve it. Like I think the voice acting is absolutely fantastic in this game.
And
And
plentiful. It's
plentiful. Yes, there's a lot to it. But like the one that I thought was hilarious was they had the woman that plays Shadowheart and the woman that plays Lae'zel talking about like some of the different possibilities of romance scenes and things like that, and essentially other people posting about like thirsting for these girls, and it's pretty amazing, like how much they get a kick out of it, and just how they take subtle jabs at everybody in their own voice, in their characters' voices. It's
nice.
great. It's great. But yeah, great game. What else?
What else do you want from me, man? I beat Baldur's Gate.
Oh no, I'm saying what
Yeah.
else to the group? Like I don't have anything else. That's all I'm playing right now is Boulder Gate. I'm trying to get through it.
No, I
Jeff,
have
you been playing
yeah.
Star Wheels? Yeah. What else you got?
Star Wheels.
Star Wheels. Star Wheels.
No,
Star Rail. Right? Is it Star Rail?
Divinity.
There's a Star Rail.
I thought I was close to the end of Divinity, and then I like saw the last map, and I'm like, "There's no fucking way. There's like 2 hours left." I don't know if there's 2 hours left. I just looked at them like, "There's no effing way." I'll get there, hopefully by the end of this weekend. But no, lots of Starfield. That's been the main one, I guess, the main go-to. The more I play that game, the more I'm loving that game. It's more than I've liked any other Bethesda game by far.
Oh, that's good news.
I think it's for reasons that most people aren't like. It's a complaint for the game, and one of the why I think it's more appealing to me is it is huge. Like in terms of like content, it's humongous. But if you want to focus on a faction quest line, or you kind of know what you want to do, there's not as much pretty things to catch your attention that if you're not focused on doing that, if that makes sense. Like in Skyrim or Fallout, you could be walking to your destination and then you say, "Oh, what's that over there?" And then you get sidetracked and then you totally forget about what you're going to do, what you were doing. But because you're jumping from planet to planet, and not every planet has a shitload of stuff on it, that doesn't become an issue for me anyway. So I get more focused and I find myself like role playing more with my character, being like, this is what I want to do and this is what I'm doing. And I don't get that sidetrackedness I do, which you can still get. It's still there, but it's not as up in your face as the other games are. And to me, that's a positive. And some people are like, well, it doesn't seem as open as other Bethesda games. And I can see that too, especially if that's something you really liked.
Yeah.
Not
me. That's too overwhelming for me. And
yeah, I will say I will say I wouldn't consider slightly less open a bad thing when it comes to like a Bethesda game. You know what I mean? Because those games are already like they're super
open.
free. There's so much freedom. There's so much freedom to do what you want.
Yeah, and because a lot of these planets only have a few things. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you just pick a direction, go, and you'll come in contact with something to do.
Exactly. And this doesn't really have that.
Right.
Like it's out of all the planets, and most of them are procedurally generated, they're not going to have a bunch of stuff to do. And the ones that they do like actually build themselves, they'll be like usually like a big city and a few outposts here and there, but they're kind of scattered out, and you get most of your missions by going to the cities and talking to characters and that kind of thing, and not just stumbling upon them. Although you can I saw my activity list. You'll pass someone talking, and then even though you don't talk to those characters, it'll just put something to do in your activity list, and then it's like, hey, do one of these things. And I saw one saying, go to the red line. I'm like, what the hell's the red line? You know what? I don't know if I have time to do some more quests. Let's just do this before I go to bed or whatever. And I went to this red line planet, and it turned out to be this huge gambling, like not Hunger Games, but it's basically like an arena. They send people in, they have to go and touch this beacon and then come back without being killed.
Yeah.
But there's this whole thing. There's like a whole like hotel thing you can rent there. There's like casino that you can bet, and like a bunch of characters. This is like a planet that I don't know if the main story will ever bring you there, or if even one of the faction quests does. But this is something that I just like saw in my activities, and I was like,
Cool.
okay, and I was like, this is pretty damn cool. So that stuff is there. You're just not going to walk to those planets. You're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to walk over there and see that building. So that's what I that's why I'm more focused with it. I'm able to keep a focus, whereas there are other games I can never do that, and that was a problem. Um, and also, I don't know, and the way Divinity's been doing it, and which I assume Baldur's Gate is just it's a different kind of nightmare, if that makes sense. Like Baldur, if it's anything like Divinity, Divinity is very overwhelming at times, but if I just be like, this is what my character's gonna do, this is what whatever, and stay focused for a bit, and just let the game come to me, I I find more enjoyment like that. I can stick with it longer.
Sure.
Um,
I like a good curated experience. Yeah. I
yeah,
totally.
yep, exactly. I'm just like, okay, sure, go with that. So that's where I am with that. I think I'm trying to think if anything. There is an update coming out. They are going to add maps, and the maps to the spaceports and to the cities will be a huge help just for
Yeah.
some basic navigation. Because
I'm still kind of like, wow, I can't believe they.
I know some of them. Yeah, I know. I don't know how they missed those. Luckily, some of the cities I've been to so many times, I know where everything is. But I mean, you go to a mall, there's a fucking directory to tell you where every store is in real life. You're telling me they forgot how to do that in how many thousands of years in the future? Like, come on.
So I have to ask this part because I don't know if you guys haven't really gone into much detail about it, but is there like, tell me about the ships. Like, is there like a ship building mechanic like that you get to determine how you're going to build things? And because I've seen pictures of different people's ships just online. How does that all work?
I don't know because I have not touched that.
Oh, okay. Well,
I am
from what I
not
gather,
interested in
everything's
that.
modular, and you can,
Yeah.
There's certain key things that you got to have somewhere in your ship. But then the auxiliary stuff, you can just kind of banjo and kazooie nuts and bolts it and go nuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can walk, like when you put it on your ship, you can actually walk to it on your ship. I've seen some impressive stuff. I don't have the creativity to do that. And there's a couple things I want to put on my ship, like a bigger, I don't know, whatever the starboard is that what you call it? I don't know, whatever the deck, I guess. So I can have more crew on it. But I'm having fun. Like I have a few ships now that I've gotten through doing quests. So I haven't touched that. I see some people who like that stuff seem to love it. Not for me. And I haven't touched the outpost stuff either. I haven't built a damn thing.
Okay.
I had an option to build an outpost.
And you're not being restricted in any way for the game itself.
Not at all.
So that's really good. Like, because I also don't want it to be like a barrier of entry. It's like if you don't want to build the ships or you don't want to build the base, you shouldn't have to finish to go through the game. So I'm glad that they did that, because there are games that do that. They kind of force you into it.
Yeah, I would not have. I would have given up the second they forced me to do something like that. Yeah. And I did do a quest where I had an option to start building an outpost or to do something else, and I did the something else.
Did something else. That's right.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Because I was like, it's like, oh, you can do that. I'm like, oh no, am I gonna have to like give up on this faction line or whatever because they want me to build something? And they're like, or you can do this. I'm like, haha, that one. That's the one I'm going with. And I like the faction quests. I like so far, the 3 I've done have all been really good, and I haven't even done the ones that are apparently the best ones. I started one of those today, and one of them I started, and I was like, oh, fuck these guys. I'm going to screw these guys over so bad. That's what my character would do. But it did such a good job of, by like midpoint to the end point of that faction quest, I was like,
start caring about the faction.
Yes. And that's when I know something is pretty good, has good writing. I'm like, son of a bitch. Because now I actually have a choice. I'm like, oh, this is going to be hard. And I think that's what's going to happen with the one I'm doing now. Like I started the Crimson Fleet one, which are the space pirates. And who knows? Like right now, they're all dicks. So, but by the end, I might be like, oh, I like these guys. These guys are fun.
Mercenaries just doing their job for their families, man.
Exactly. They're all hard done by.
Misunderstood.
Yeah, no, it's good. Don't know where it'll be by the end of the year, but it's growing on me very quickly.
Cool. Nice.
That's all I've been playing though. Just those 2.
All right.
I think.
And I've just been doing Baldur's Gate, so I think we can wrap up and move on. So Jeff, you have some news. You have some stuff for us this time around, don't you?
We had a couple mini showcases today.
It was E3 today. Who knew?
It was E3 Mini. It won't. Well, not good news for Ascendant Studios. They're the guys who just put out Immortals of Avium. Jason played it. I don't think anyone else did
Woof.
on our show. Yeah, they laid off 40% of their people
Yeah.
today. So that sucks. And what do you guys? Okay, so obviously that's a bummer.
Yes.
And the obvious thing will be like, well, no one bought the game because it wasn't that great, which is fine. But this is what I'm worried about, and this is why a lot of AAA games and publishers don't take risks for this exact reason. And that scares me. Like I would have liked to see them get a second shot, you know? Like even
sure.
a sequel maybe, or
I mean, this happens more often than we hear about, I think. And
yeah.
it's
Now remind me. You said
This is
Jason
EA,
played
by
this.
the way.
Remind me what this game is.
It was a first-person shooter with magic, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, it seemed very by the numbers, you know, very
Yeah, I remember you talking about this now.
generic protagonist.
That's all you had to say.
Yep. It was nothing special about that game. And anyway, this happens a lot in the industry, and it's partially because there's no fucking unions in the goddamn industry. Like they treat these people like they're disposable. They bring on, you know, a shit ton of people for these big AAA projects that are just like fucking unwieldy now. We have these massive budgets, but then they sever heads as soon as the project's done. And you know what? They'll hire a lot of those same people back again, either as contractors or you know, someone kind of short term when the next big project comes along. And it's frustrating, and this fucking industry is not viable. It sucks.
No, it definitely doesn't seem like it.
It sucks.
Yeah.
For the executives and everything, it's flourishing. For the grunts and the people that put in a lot of the blood, sweat, and tears, yeah, it doesn't seem there's like a lot of security there at all.
Yeah, I feel like that's with most industries, though. To be honest with you, you know.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
And I think Jason made a very interesting point. Like, there's no union. Like, I feel like I don't know what would happen to the video game industry if like the game developers unionized. Like, I have no idea what that would do to the industry. But at least we would, yeah, at least we would know that the people are taken care of more, you know, hopefully. You know, but I mean, think about it. Think about the writer's strike is still going on. It's been going on for months, you know. Like, when did that strike happen?
Oh, I don't know.
It was a while ago. Like, the writers went on strike and then the actors joined them, and it's still going on. And you know, it only takes so long to do post on things. So we're gonna start running out of new things to watch pretty soon because nobody's making anything new.
Oh, seriously,
you know.
Yeah.
So you know, and that's it goes similarly with games. Like, if the game developers were to unionize and end up, you know, going on strike or something like that because they're not treated correctly, what would happen to the industry? Like, what would happen to some of these big publishers? You know, I think it's I want people to be treated fairly, but we also complain about $70 games. You know, it's hard to balance that, but I personally I think I wouldn't mind paying more knowing that people are getting taken care of personally. But that's me.
Yeah, agreed. And speaking of being taken care of or treated fairly, Unity had a big announcement this week.
God damn it.
The engine. Yeah, so they came out and they said they're going to be starting a new initiation January 1st, 2024, where they're going to charge developers an install fee for every single time a game is installed on any platform. So if you say you want to make some space, play a new game, you delete a game, then later you're like, hey, I want to download it again. They get charged again.
Yeah.
They get charged again every time. And there's a lot of people out there who, you know, delete and add stuff. I'm one of them. I delete stuff. I'll delete shit and add it the next day. I'll be like, you know what? Maybe I do want to play that game one day.
They kind of,
but at the same time,
to say that it was only new installs.
Yes,
but also, how the fuck do they know?
Yeah,
they're not copying up any information as to how their proprietary
tracking it.
Tracking is working. And that's what's
Yes.
really scary.
Yeah,
to a lot of people.
that's scary because they can build that shit into the engine without you knowing it. And
Mhm.
like and like the other thing is, so what happens if you're like me or Jason and you buy a game and never install it? Do they never get paid for
Well,
that
they wouldn't
for
get.
that install? Do they never get the money for it, even though the game's sold? Like,
Well, no,
that's
they will get the money for that. They get
okay.
it's just they just don't anytime there's an installer that is
Oh, so
now
is that
that's
like in
part of the
addition?
engine. Yes, so it's
This
another
is a
fee.
fee on top of
An
their
additional
membership.
fee.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of
Yes.
bullshit. Okay.
So that's a thing, and a lot of these developers also bought like a lifetime membership from
Right.
Unity. Because I remember people were praising this. Like a lot of indie stuff is made on Unity. Like a
Yeah.
lot of stuff that you play, people probably don't even realize it's on the Unity engine.
Oh yeah.
And
If it's on multiple platforms, it
probably is
likely
on
is.
Unity.
You
Yeah.
know?
And there's been a lot of developers come out saying they're thinking of pulling their game from everything because some developers said, "Listen, and there's apparently a threshold, like a $1 million threshold, that once a game
Yeah.
makes that revenue back, that's when this kicks in."
Yeah, to be fair, like it's a small percentage of developers that are going to be hit by this. But
Yeah, there's
they're
apparently
gonna be hit.
5% or something. But there have been some that have been vocal that have come out and said, if you guys like, they said, don't download my game anymore because it might bankrupt me. Like, because $1 million might seem like a lot, but in a lot of cases, that's the development cost of a game. So, and it's revenue, it's not profit.
Mhm.
So it's the game. It's not. But once a person starts making $1 million profit, that would be nice. That'd be fine. I'm sure some people wouldn't have a problem with that. But that's revenue.
Mhm.
And then Unity also was going to charge for stuff that goes on a Game Pass or PSN. So those developers that get people, a lot of people download stuff just to try it and maybe multiple times, they'll get charged. And that's not fair to them because it's on a service. And so now they've kind of come back and said, well, we're going to charge that now to Sony or Microsoft. So who knows what's going to happen there?
That's not going to fly. I don't think.
That's another can of worms.
Yeah, it's half cocked. Like, and Austin Walker on Twitter said that you know, two things. One, that they're completely out of touch with developers, and two, it was not like they didn't get a lot of feedback from developers prior to this announcement. Because like that first day that they announced, they already regrouped and said, whoa, okay, we'll change this and this and this. But keep piling on, man.
Seriously, like
just keep saying, like the Cult of the Lamb developer said, go ahead and buy our game now because we're going to delist it on January 1st.
Oh wow.
Exactly, and keep it installed and like don't. And some were saying they'll even the ones that I guess have money, they might even redo their games in a totally different engine.
Yep.
And basically, people looks like they're jumping ship left, right, and center.
I mean, I certainly like when I originally I didn't realize that it was an additional fee. I thought it was like this is how they're going to make their money now instead of they were doing it this way before.
Oh no, it's an additional.
If it's an additional fee, that's crap.
It's evil. Well, it's evil, but then do you know who's the CEO of Unity?
Oh no,
John Riccatello, and he was the EA guy. Yes.
Oh, that figures.
Yeah, probably one of them. Someone updated his Wikipedia to say one of the most selfish or greedy men ever to walk the face of the planet.
Yeah, take him and Bobby Kotick and just like
oh
put
my
them somewhere.
God,
Just get rid of them both.
Seriously,
the industry would be better off without them.
How did he get this new gig? I don't get it.
I don't know, because money, I guess. I
fell into it. What the fuck?
That's what happens to the shitty people, man.
Yeah.
It's like they see them make money and they're like, yep, exactly.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It doesn't matter how shitty they are. It matters how much money they make.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
And it's all
once the money stops coming in.
Good old corporate greed. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, you guys want to talk about more uplifting stuff?
Yes,
Stuff that's
fun. Please do.
We had two little showcases here. We had a Nintendo Direct and also a Sony State of Play.
Yeah, I have not gotten a chance to watch these yet, so I'm interested.
All right, well, we're going to fill you in right now, Chris.
Awesome,
that's what
thanks,
we're here
Jeff.
for, man. Just put your feet
up. I love you,
and
dude.
relax.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. We'll start with Nintendo because they
everything for you. Let me get my Princess Peach costume.
Yeah, get your Princess Peach.
My eyes are on Jason right now.
Well, they had a couple things on here. We'll just run down them. This was a short show. They announced Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. That's coming next summer.
Okay.
So if you missed that on the 3DS, that'll be a thing. Paper Mario 1000-Year-Old Door is coming next year.
Okay, that's
I have
that was
the GameCube one.
The
That's the
GameCube
GameCube
one.
one.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake is coming in February. That looks fun.
Okay.
I didn't know about this game. I'd never played this back in the day. Did you guys play that?
No,
Mm-mm.
I never played
this is
that.
a remake.
It's a remake, yeah.
Okay.
I think it was on like the DS or something.
Okay.
So it looks like a little like co-op puzzle Mario game. I don't know. It looked
That means
interesting to me.
6/8 of their fucking, or like 3/4 of their stuff is like remakes.
Oh yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
Nintendo, man. That's what they do.
GBA. It looks like GBA, DS, DSi, 3DS, and
Mhm.
Wii U apparently. So now it's going to come on.
It's been
Twitch.
all their Wii U stuff. Yeah, it does look
Yeah.
kind of cool. F-Zero they're bringing back. Not a new game, but they're doing that in their 99 style, which I thought this looked cool.
It does, yeah.
Will try this. It came out today. I meant to try it before we recorded. I forgot. But Chris, this is like, have you played it the night like Tetris 99 or what was the other one that they did?
Pac-Man 99.
Pac-Man 99.
I haven't. No.
So this is the Tetris one was like 99 players. It's a race to the first place. Basically, it's like battle royale.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So
And
this is like old school SNES look.
Yes.
And it's 99
it's the
players.
same thing. It's 99 players. And
God damn.
Yeah,
the three of
go
us
until
should
there's
just get on there and
we should.
scream at each other because we can't get above like 50.
Yeah, I think we should do that. That would be fun to do a couple of matches of
and
that.
we can embarrass ourselves and stream it to everybody.
I am terrible at F-Zero games, so that's
I've always
awesome.
been pretty bad at
They're
them.
punishing,
Yeah.
I was always
man.
What's that?
They're punishing. Like you run into
They are
ship, you're
punishing.
on the sides of the
Yeah.
walls, you're losing
Yep.
energy, you're
Stop.
blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I was a Wipeout guy. That was my jam.
Yeah.
I was never an F-Zero guy.
Yeah.
F-Zero
I played
is
F-Zero
great.
on Super NES for sure, but I played Wipeout as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, but they can both be pretty punishing for sure.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Princess Peach, get on that dress, Jason.
Oh yeah,
That's what the game's called. Actually,
which
it's
one?
Princess Peach. Get on
Which
that
one?
dress.
I've got
Jason.
like 6 different Peach dresses here.
The lighter Peach.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah.
All right.
I got
cool.
the sword fighter one down here. That one's
Nice. Princess Peach Showtime is coming out in March 2024, so that's early next year as well. There's a lot of the stuff's early next year. They're doing a Tomb Raider remake 1 through 3. That's coming out on February 14th. So that's going to be, they revamped the graphics, nothing crazy, but they did redo them all.
Mhm.
They look more like the 360 PS3 era Tomb Raiders.
Okay.
If you guys remember
She's
those.
less pointy,
Mhm.
but
Yeah,
Definitely
less pointy. Not going to poke an eye out or anything.
but
Yeah,
you can go back to those original graphics if you so desire.
If you want to, yes. And I think they changed they're changing the control scheme too, because those old games do not control well.
Woof.
Yeah, gross.
So Peach Showtime, is that like a platformer?
Yeah.
It looks like
Sorry,
it, kinda.
we kind of skipped over that one pretty quickly, but I'm just kind of looking at it like
Yeah, she changes into different costumes, and like sometimes she's a sword fighter, sometimes she's a cook, sometimes she's a kung fu lady.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It looks interesting.
Okay.
And this might be the first time she's had her own game.
No,
Yeah.
I just happened to be looking it up, and it looks like it is Princess Peach's first starring role in the Mario franchise since Super Princess Peach, released 18 years prior. I don't know what that is. It
Wow,
looks like
18 years ago.
18 years ago. It looks like it was a DS
Wii?
game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, DS, okay.
Yeah, it was a DS game. I didn't even know this was out, so that's interesting. All right, good. Peach deserves some attention.
Dave the Diver's coming to Switch. I think I might pick that up. I heard that's very good, and I think a
Dave
Switch
the Diver?
would be Dave the Diver, where during the day you're diving to get fish and catch fish, and then at nighttime you're using said fish to serve to your patrons in your sushi restaurant. It's supposed to be really good. It got a lot of hype earlier this year.
Quirky
was on
little indie
PC.
game.
Yeah, probably on the Unity engine. Someone want to check that out.
Get it while you can.
There's one I actually don't have on this list that I can't believe I missed, but Contra. They announced a new Contra game that's done by WayForward.
Oh boy.
They're good. Now, this is the thing. I like WayForward. I like Contra. This game didn't look good to me.
This game does
Could
not
be.
look good at all.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jason, because I was like, oh no, is this going to be one of those things where I'm like, I don't think it looked good. What's wrong with you? I didn't think it looked good. I think
It looked
I
like
thought it
butt.
looked
Is this
bad.
Operation Galuga?
Galuga, I was going to say,
Galuga, yeah.
best name ever, right? So good.
Is that there's
No.
there's an arcade Contra as well. Not the original Contra, but like the more recent Contra
Oh, really?
that looks a lot like this. I don't know if it's
Ooh.
based on that or what, but
Like one of those ones you'd play at like a Dave and Buster's that looks like a
yes,
mobile game type deal.
exactly. Yeah,
Oh no. That's what it does look like that though.
it does.
Yeah. I think that's why I forgot about it because I just like, no.
Look bad.
Doesn't look like WayForward's best work.
Mm.
Here's one for Chris because I think Chris is going to dig this one.
Okay.
So they announced Unicorn Overlord.
Yes.
Unicorn Overlord.
Overlord. Comes out March 24th, Vanillaware.
Yep.
It's a tactics game.
Oh, I do love Vanillaware.
Yep.
Chris,
I thought
it
of you
looks
right when I saw that.
fantastic.
Yeah, we'll give Chris a second to
Yeah. Just looking
find
things.
his Google legs there.
This is pretty.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looks like Vanillaware and it
We're
looks
gonna need a
good.
handshake.
It does. It's Vanillaware strategy RPG. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this looks really good.
Yeah. I don't think I've played a Vanillaware game since Dragon's Crown. I don't think. That might have been the last one I
There
played.
haven't been many since
Same.
Dragon's Crown.
Yeah, there hasn't been many
really?
since Dragon's Crown. No, not
I don't
really.
think there have been any. I think
Hey, you guys could be right.
2 remakes, maybe.
Oh, they did Odin Sphere remake, right?
Yeah,
Was that?
Yeah, they did.
Sphere,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
I think
those are
they
Vanillaware.
did one other remake too.
Mm.
I forgot the name of it though. Grim Grimoire.
Oh, Grim Grimoire. Okay, that's
Yeah.
right. Cool.
Let's see.
Those were the highlights that I had on there. I'm not sure if anything
13
else.
Sentinels?
Oh fuck yeah,
Sure.
of course.
13 Sentinels.
Yep.
That was the last thing that they did. The last new thing they did.
I keep meaning to check that out. It's so story heavy though. Like it's all just story. It's a visual novel.
Yeah, but I played the shit out of Odin Sphere. I played the shit out of Muramasa. Yeah, I love Vanillaware.
Yeah.
And Dragon's Crown too.
Was great.
Muramasa was a great game.
Yeah, Hey, didn't they remake? Didn't they re-release that too?
Mm-hmm. That got re-released on
because that was on the
Vita?
Wii.
I think it was on the Vita.
Yeah, it was on the Vita.
It got really. Yeah.
Was it? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, was that long ago?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I was thinking like within the last couple of years, but no, guess not.
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Damn. I wonder if I still have that on the Wii. I don't know if I do. Do you remember anything, Jason, off the top of your head? There was a music game too. There was a Pokemon detective. Yeah, Trombone Champ.
That game's actually really funny.
I heard it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was a PC thing
PC.
too, right?
It's really good. They seem to have some like cool stuff happening with the Joy-Cons as well. Ways for you to control the music. But you should give that a shot. The kids would love it, especially with instruments being prevalent in the house.
They're a big deal right now. Yeah.
Just listen to it just once, and you'll be hooked.
Okay, all right.
It's ridiculous.
I might look more into that. But yeah, that was pretty much the direct in a nutshell. I'm sure I'm missing something that someone's angry at, but I don't know.
No,
I mean, you gave me a couple of things to check out, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that, Chris?
I said you gave me a couple of things to check out, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. I knew that unicorn one. I knew that would be if I didn't say that. If Jason watched it and I didn't mention that, I knew I'd get in shit. And then I knew if I didn't do it and then Chris found out about it later, I'd get in shit. So
only thing worse would be something Castlevania based.
Yes, exactly.
So they've got Castlevania 99.
Oh fuck! Yes, let's do this.
Yeah. Download.
Do you guys remember Harmony of Despair? Castlevania HD?
Yes.
Yeah. That shit was so fun, man.
I love that.
Was it
was so fun. I did. I loved it.
You guys.
I loved it.
I don't think I had the right people to play with. I don't know, but I never had a good time. I only tried it a few times, but I don't think we got it. I don't think we really understood it. Yeah. Because I've heard people say that once you get into it, it's actually really good. I was expecting Castlevania proper.
That game had no business being as good as it was. It looked awful.
It did. It was all like the old graphics. They just kind of ported them into whatever they could.
It's amazing what they did with that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It worked though.
Yeah, so later in the afternoon, just before around dinner time at 5, was the Sony State of Play. The long awaited, because they haven't done one in a while, but this is one, their September one, and they had some pretty cool stuff here. Tales of Arise is getting DLC later this
That's
year.
cool.
Okay.
Resident Evil 4 Remake is getting its DLC and VR later this year for PSVR 2. The DLC obviously is not going to be just PSVR. That'll be on everything. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth got a release date for February 29th. So that's early next year.
That's kind of what they
And
ended the
then
show on. That was the big one, yeah.
that was the big one, yes. A new trailer for that. So Chris, I would definitely check that out.
Yeah, because I haven't actually played any of the Final Fantasy
The remakes?
VII remakes.
Oh, the first one's really good.
No.
I really like it.
Oh, no, I
I
know.
loved it.
But what I wanted to do, what I was originally planning on doing, is just waiting until the whole thing was out and they released it in one go.
Oh, gotcha.
But
Okay.
I feel like that might not be the best way to do this now. So
Well, this one's supposed to have 100 hours of content, and from the
God damn.
from the again, that could be the 2 disc thing's funny because the last one was on 2 discs as well. I guess they're just marketing it this time.
Yeah.
This looks like it has more of a time period of Final Fantasy VII that's covered in this one, from what I'm gathering online. Like it looks like, as the first one is like the Midgar part, this looks like it's past that and then some. Like it's a bigger chunk. So expect more, I'm guessing, because some people were disappointed that in the first one that it was only Midgar and that's it.
Aerith dies twice on this one. It's amazing. Once each disc.
Yeah.
Spoilers, Jason.
Oh, sorry.
Ends with the last one and starts with the next disc. It's just she dies just right again, just to rub it in.
Last time on Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, in slow motion.
That's
again.
right. That's right.
And they also showed some Helldivers 2, which got a release for February as well next year. So February, like 2024, is already starting to look.
You guys played Helldivers, right?
I played the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, that game was fun, man.
Yeah,
I liked it.
This game seems different.
It's definitely different.
Like
it's third person now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely looks different.
They showed it off with that canned like team speak, you know, like
when
okay, let's strategize. I'm going for the kill.
Like Ubisoft started that. Yeah.
Where did you cover me?
Your gun from? Oh, I unlocked it on Zanzibar back in the whatever district when we were playing. That's awesome. I want to get that too. No one talks like that.
400 crystals. That's yours.
Yeah, exactly.
There's another game called
now I have to watch this trailer.
They opened the show with. That might be
I think
funny.
I missed the beginning.
Oh, you missed them again?
What's it called?
Baby Steps. And it's
okay.
like it's third person. Did you ever hear of, probably not because it's a PC game, Getting Over It with like Bennett, shit, I forgot his name. Getting Over It. It was a big, like,
oh yeah, and you gotta, like, you're in a big pot.
Yes,
I have seen that. Yes.
So from that guy, a new game which is like a third person, like Baby Steps. He's just taking one step at a time through all these different obstacles. It looks very funny. We'll see how that goes.
Reactions of that first game, Getting Over It, was pretty funny. Yeah. People raging when they would fall so far.
Totally,
yeah.
So
it looked frustrating.
It might be the same kind of goofy, wacky shit.
Okay, I'll have to go back and look at that one. I did miss the beginning. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Unless there's something else besides Baby Steps you also want to mention. So I guess that could be it until.
Did you mention Ghostbusters?
VR? No.
Okay, there's a Ghostbusters VR. That I mean, I'm interested. I love Ghostbusters. So.
And you have VR, so
yeah.
If you have the VR,
do you know?
We will see.
3 other people that.
No, that have PSVR too. No,
right.
No.
Right.
I knew one, and he apparently returned it. So I'm like, I can't return it now. So, no, Omer.
Oh, okay.
So, but that's all right.
So that might be it until the Game Award. Oh no, it's TGS is next, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
TGS is early. Isn't it early next year?
Oh, is it? Then it's the Game Awards. I guess that would be the next.
I thought TGS was
early. I don't know. All these things kind of blend in together at some point.
Oh no, Tokyo Game Show is next week. I was incorrect. Okay. Yeah, it's next week. September 21st through 24th. So yeah, I guess we'll get some more good stuff then.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. But those are
Yep.
duties and shows. I thought they were good for what they were trying to convey to everyone.
Sony's was
that was
real
good.
short, man. That was like
It
a
was
half
very
hour.
short. Yeah, but it
A
was
couple
short
more-
and to the point.
Yep.
I liked
A
it.
few more games to look forward to.
Oh, and they showed They showed more Spider-Man
more
stuff too.
Spider-Man.
I don't want to gloss over that, but I mean, we're gonna hit that
We're gonna-
marketing thing now, so it's like
Yeah.
we're gonna see
And
a lot of
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is coming like soon, right?
Yeah, end of
like-
October, I think.
Yes.
20th?
It's like October 20th, I think. Yeah. So it's like just
65
barely a month away.
outfits. That's what they
65
advertised
outfits,
today.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. Anything else?
How many outfits does Princess Peach come with?
I don't
Just
know.
saying, Nintendo.
127.
69.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
we're gonna end on that.
Yeah.
So thank you all for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please tell a few friends about us, like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. We'd appreciate all that, and it all helps out the show. But until next time, my name is Chris.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Play your games, and we'll talk to you next week.